pages hear the sound of time, stories weaving words that climb, whispered tales in a cozy nook. Welcome to the magic of every book. Bookshelf babble, take the stage, turn the chapter, fill the page. Laughter, wisdom, stories to spare, a podcast world where books are everywhere. From paperbacks to leather spines, mysteries, thrillers, and classic lines.
Hey, hello everyone. You're welcome in our live session in HelloTalk application. This session is as part of my broad podcast, Bookshelf Babble, where we talk about books and related topics. Uh, yeah, let's go start our session today. As regular, we go to HelloTalk application. Just start our voice room. Okay. Say hello for everyone, and I want to also mention that this session is live streaming on YouTube. Okay, we just wait when someone joins to us. Okay, we just wait when someone joins to us. I like HelloTalk because here you possible meet people around the world and talk about any topics you want. I just prefer to talk about books, but sometimes we talk about another topics uh, if you're interested for both of us. Okay, we just wait when someone join to us in this. Maybe I just maybe in this time I just tell some word about my another finds in second hand. I bought I bought additional portion of books in last my visit. And second hand, I maybe just share these books. Okay. Yeah. Hello. I'm glad to see you here. Okay, I know you just like to listen. We just wait when someone joined to our conversation. But in this time, I just maybe repeat. I'm not sure. I think I told about this book, but I just like to repeat. I bought some several books in second hand, and I want just tell some word about several of them. First of all, one of the book has name Midnight in Siberia, David Green. I think it's like American, American journalist who work and live in Russia um, several years. Uh, he just traveled in one of the longest railway road from Moscow to Vladivostok. It's a railway road around like to 8,000 kilometers. And during this time, they just describe some situations and the like observation in different cities. If you correctly remember, if you want to travel by this train, you should be spent around like 8 days just for cover this distance. In other words, I think it's very rare travelers do this from Moscow to Vladivostok. In general, this most of the people just like to pick up one or two cities in middle of the journey. But if you want to travel whole, you should be spend around whole week. And what you do in this time, it's especially you just talk with your neighbors who sit around close to you, because very often it's not just like you compare car when some small like rooms for person. Very often just some like common or share space where possible seat around like 20 or 30 people sit, lie, or even and do all the stuff. And yeah, I think it's common case in this journey is just talk with each to other and talk about any topics. And this book is just covered these stories, and very often he just like to stay in one city 1 or 2 or more days. Sometimes he just stay as a guest in people who met in the train. And also this book contains some several photos of passenger of this train and their relatives and uh, around environment. I just like to read some one pages in middle of the book, and yeah, I feel the very strong uh, strong uh, how it's explained. I feel like a very strong I don't know nostalgia because all situation is very same as in Belarus, but it's not so extreme like towards. Yeah, we have. I think Belarus is more similar to Western country, but in many cases it's some very similar. Yeah, it's some interesting. I think it's interesting book, um, and I very like a picture on the cover that show the train. Is a typical train what used in Belarus and parts Soviet Union countries. It's yeah, it's one of book that I bought in second hand. Okay. Okay. When we wait, I just continue tell because I want just like to practice practice my speaking skills. Okay, let's go. Let's go to next book. Next book has name Sweetness and Power. Sydney means it's some kind of historical book. They contain and in the main focus on the history of Sweden and like to some not actions and historical like too, and um, and popularity of Swede during the years, and why slave slavery played a very important role to grow Swede cans. Yeah, it's just describe historical revision of sugar and grown sugar in American continent and how its influence on the history. Uh, it's like to this book based on a lot of like to historical references, and it's some kind of like to review for one particular topic, uh, sugar and raw sugar in the history and how its influence on uh, on many aspects in our current life. Um, I think it's not my type of book, but I like it. But I, I'm glad to have this book in my library, and maybe sometime I will read this book. Okay, let's go to next book what I bought. It was it novel Susan Bert Ferron, and this book has name in instant. This book has a very higher um, reviews on Goodreads, and yeah, especially because the book has high reviews in Goodreads, I bought this book because in if you don't want cover, it looks like a regular popular book in current time. It's a lot of books the same cover stay on the bookshelf. I just like to use Goodreads application to check. And when I saw the higher rating, I just decided, okay, it's maybe interesting. And it's some kind of drama book, which show history what and main character is ladies around like the 60s, and they pass in some extreme situation with neighbors, and it should be neighbors should be take some um, very hard decision. It's yeah. I not read this book. I just like to read some review and some short description on the back side of this book. And last but not least book is Treasure of Best of Love Poems. It's some compilation of poems what related to love in different aspects, and in general it's like a short poems around like 1 page or some maybe two or at least like two 4 sentences and different authors about love to woman, love to nature, to country, and some all another kind of love. Uh, I'm not very familiar with poetry, and especially with poetry what translated and written in English. It's but I want to fill this gap, and maybe in this book it's some good point to just try and read some kind of poetry. And if you're interested, I can just after follow the author and find some more poetry of this author. I think it's a very high number of authors compiled here. It's maybe 100 or something like this, and from a lot of country, and from Asian authors into some modern authors. Yeah, it's some short recap of 4 books what I bought in my last visit in secondhand. Yeah, it's some shortly about this sketch. And I'm planning just maybe find some more information about authors, about books, and when they was published, and maybe come recorded some separate video on this topic and tell some additional uh, information about the book. It's maybe something. It will be interesting. Okay, I want to do this. Okay. I think my voice room still here. Okay. Yeah, I found your message. Okay, I found I use Instagram. Uh, I will copy a name. Okay, I will do this. I will add you to Instagram when I complete this session, because I think it's slightly complicated to do this now, because um, I'm streaming at the same time, and yeah, I will do this after live session, and we can continue talk in Instagram if you're interested. Okay, okay, just try to find my Instagram name. But okay, I find. Yeah, I think this my Instagram let me nickname. You can try to find and add friends, and I follow you back. Okay. 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 Yeah, it's. I have one additional like to portion of book what I bought. I think like 2 days ago. 2 days ago I bought some 5 books. But maybe I mention about this book in next time. I just need to make some research and find some more information about this book. Okay. Okay. And if you know about my current status, I can continue read some Desperate Glory. Some Desperate Glory by Emily Tesh. I continue read this book, and this book is some kind of sci-fi novels about nearest future when humans like to recognize it, not like to alone civilization in space. And after some, I think, short period of like to integration with new with alien civilization is war between this civilization started and the result of this war, Earth was completely disappeared, and it just led to some small groups of humans survive in different planets and asteroids, and yeah, and this story show some what happened with one of the small like colony on a gas station, I think very close to Jupiter. Yeah, I just start read. I read maybe some 50 pages. But to be honest, it's not my favorite genre, but I want to complete this book. Yeah. Yeah. The main slogan of this book is like, "While we live, the enemy shall fear us." Yeah, it's some very human slogan for this book. Okay, okay. I just back. Yeah, I think it's as a regular in mid after lunchtime. Not many people join here, and this session just like to my monologue. But maybe next time I should be prepared more prepare more detail and prepare more information to be ready to share more some interesting information about books. Okay, and maybe I just like to make some small reference to talk was yesterday. Um, I have a talk with one of the regular participants in this voice room from Morocco, and he just described some some like good places in Morocco for holidays in the summertime, in the wintertime. After this nice uh, description introduction to Morocco, I just like to go to traveling website and just think about logistic how possible to reach Morocco and how it's cost, because I think it's traveling to Morocco is some biggest part of spends, and I find some simple way to fly in some 1 or 2 replacement. It's cost around like $500 for one person, and it's mean if I want to travel with family like to 4 person, it should be around like 2,000. Yeah, 2,000. It looks some expensive. Maybe it's living inside of Morocco and staying in the hotel is much cheaper, but yeah, traveling is more expensive. Yeah, but I just still think about this, and maybe next. Uh, Sometimes I reach this country because I think it's a very nice country. It's like a country for fairy tales. If you talk about another like point of like my dream and point for traveling is like to Japan, and yeah, I think about this too, and I think from Stockholm it's present like to direct flight to Tokyo, and the cost is almost the same as travel to Morocco, but distances are very different. Yeah, it's just like for my dreaming and plans. Okay, I think my time is left for today for this session. It was like a monologue, but if you watch this on YouTube, just don't forget to press like, subscribe, and yeah, see you next time in next session in HelloTalk, where we talk about books and and other topics, sometimes not related to books, but it's interesting for us. And separately, thank you for your participate, especially for you. Yeah, I'm very uh, glad when someone just stay and listen. Yeah, I will find and add you in Instagram after this session. Okay, thanks and see you next time. Okay, and I think it was a regular and normal session where I was when I speak just my own, but I still do this because I want to practice and maybe just make let you our many hours of live streaming and speaking. It's helped me in future, yeah, for future recording session and streaming session. It's just like to for us do some kind of exercises. Yeah. Okay. See you next time and be happy.
Flip the pages, hear the sound of time. Stories weaving words that climb. Whispered tales in a cozy nook. Welcome to the magic of every book. Bookshelf babble, take